Hey, welcome back. Key of W here with more Islands of Insight. So, I have been putting off this enclave for quite a while. Now, we needed to complete Serene Deluge, which we did like a dozen episodes ago at least, and needed at least two mysteries, which we already have. Um, so we're just going to go here and unlock it. It's a big enclave, so I probably will not do all of it in one episode, even assuming I could, because the puzzles can be kind of difficult here. So let's head this way and examine. This is some post-game content, so when the game first launched, this enclave did not exist. It was added in a later update, and it kind of shows what a shame it was that this game didn't go anywhere. Because if it had remained in development, we could have gotten new world after new world added, but this is it. This is the only thing we added. So here is the Archipelago of Curiosities. The final enclave. So this is an enclave that explores pretty much every puzzle type, but in sort of in an odd fashion. Yeah, so we got this upside down. So it's kind of testing the limits of certain puzzle designs, doing weird things with it. So like all the arches are on undersides of things. We'll see other sort of weird ways of doing puzzles. I don't think this should be weird. It's just a regular logic grid. No threes, no threes, no threes, no threes. Okay, so we know this, but we can't put a white cell here, so we have to do this. So I'm not a huge fan of doing weird patterns with logic grids, but this should work out all right. So we have to block the white pattern here, and we have to block these patterns. Block this as well, block that, block this, block this as well. That one has to be blocked, that's right, that has to be blocked. This has to be blocked that way, and that's got to be blocked there. Okay. Same thing, no three in a row orthogonally or diagonally. So we're going to block these and these. Let's see, block that. Block that. And that. And that. Any other bits we got to worry about? That has to be blocked. Ah, this direction. I didn't catch that. These, and there we go. Yeah, it's kind of incomprehensible to me what's happening in there. Same deal, so I think that's just our theme. So we're gonna block these, block that. Let's see what else we want to block. That has to be blocked. That's gonna be blocked. One of these is gonna be dark cell in there at least. Do I have another obvious move somewhere? Doesn't look like it. It looks like I've got to make some inferences. That's what it looks like. Well, if this is a white cell, this has to be a dark cell. No, hold on. This is a dark cell, you go to white cell. All I know is there's at least one white cell in here. There's at least one white cell in there. At least one dark cell in here. At least one dark cell in there. I have a feeling there's an obvious move somewhere, I'm just missing it. Gotta be a light cell in there. Well, if I did this, I would have to mark these. And this. These. Now I'm just guessing and seeing what works out. Which, as we all know, is not a good way to do this. Oh, this is the move I should be worried about. But I think I guessed correctly. I think that's where we ended up. Huh? What's left there? Yeah, I prefer puzzles with the rules being simple, but the solution being difficult, rather than the rules being difficult. Because then it just feels like the difficulty comes from not knowing what to do, rather than struggling to come up with an answer. So it's not my favorite way to do this. Do I have an obvious move here? Well, if I did this, we would have this piece. And if I did this, we would have this piece. This would force a move here. This forces a move here, and it forces that. So we know that can't be there. So this is in fact the move. That's got to be there. This can be that. Okay, we have some forced moves now. This should be black. Done. Same rules apply. Any other wonderful moves? Well, if I did this, we would definitely have to make this move. This would force that. If I made this move, this would have to be a dark cell. That's fine. So this can't be a dark cell. This has to be a light cell. We know that much. If this is a light cell, this has to be dark. That's light. That's dark. That's fine so far. That's a dark cell. That's also fine. These can't be like that, so we gotta have... So if, let's say I did this, we'd have to do... This, again, we're fine. I haven't come across a contradiction. Because that's what I'm looking for. The assumption, like, if I do this, what's it do to the puzzle? Okay. So this can't be a dark cell. I think that's what I've learned. This is a light cell. That's a light cell. That could be anything. That's a light cell for sure. That could be anything as well. Where do I go from here? I assume this is a dark cell. Hold on, I don't have to assume anything. That's a dark cell, I know. Gotta be at least one light cell in here, which is at least one dark cell in there. These can't both be light, because then they'd both be dark. So there's at least one dark cell in here. It's that, or that. This would require a setup like so, which would force... What would this force? Sure, why not? Yeah, I don't really get it. I don't really get it very much. Don't make 3 in a row. Cool. We don't want to make the diagonal either. Okay. Is it just this? Because it could just be this. Don't make this pattern again. No, I don't know what to do there. It's gonna be a pattern, though. Is it like this? No, it is not, because of the double. Something about this is supposed to tell me what to do, because if I did this, then we'd know that these are, and then we have trouble because we have that pattern. It can't be like this, because again, so what's the pattern here? Can't do this kind of thing. So do I have to just make an assumption and go with it? Like, do I just do it this sort of thing? I really dislike this rule set. It's really not a good rule set. I can start here and just make guesses. So this can't be a dark cell, that has to be a light cell. Great. Cool. Good news. If this is a light cell here, that would be a dark cell. That's gotta be like this. Okay. So take it all the way back. That has to be a dark cell. Don't know the next move. Let's assume this is a dark cell. We have to fill these in, and these. That has to be filled in like so. Is this just it here? It just goes this way? I just didn't see this pattern. I just didn't see the pattern. Okay. Not a fan of that rule set. I said 800 times, and I will say it again. Not a fan. Okay. A lot of rings just kind of hanging out around this area. Anything if I go through the center? Looks like... yeah, we got a nice light motif there. How about these? Let's see what we have in these puzzles. Connect all dark cells. What if we did this? Connect all dark cells. No, this is a bad idea. This one has to come through. Nope. Because this can only go up once. This does have to come out that way. Might be like this? No, that's the checkerboard we can't... oh no, we don't have to worry about connecting light cells. What am I thinking? So... we can have this. Let's see. Another 1-star puzzle. 4, 4... oops. 9... easy. 2-star puzzle. Connect all dark cells. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and 12. Go. That was all rather easy. Got some other puzzles around here. Got some sky drops lying around. There is a whole line of rings over here. So here we go. cool, but it's just very weird. Let's see what else we can't grab. Maybe the goal for today is to get to the 50 puzzle mark, but maybe not, because these rings all count as one puzzle. All dark regions have area 3. Okay. A lot of red boxes, not a lot of green. Dark regions have area 3, light regions have area 3. So that has to be like this. Because if I do this, then that's there. One of those two has to be light, so those are dark. Let's see. This is going to be the only way this goes. Not sure. One of those two, so that's dark. That will be how it goes. Okay. I'm aware that I'm passing up a lot of puzzles, but that's okay. I am not going to be going methodically through this, because I know I will take multiple shots at it. I'm not going to touch the sightseers till I've explored the area more thoroughly. Okay. Don't make squares, connect light cells. All dark regions have area 2. Okie dokie. That's a light cell. No squares means there's a dark cell. There can't be one here, so this is where it is. Gotta connect them all. Gotta be one at least there. That's it. How about this puzzle? Can I do this? Let's see. Ooh. Yeah, this is close enough, I'd say. Where's the last ring? Okay. I missed a ring somewhere? Is this a troll puzzle? Uh-oh. That's not gonna work. Let's look. Oh hey, found an arch. Where am I? This is a different Glide Rings puzzle. I don't know where the rings are. I got some pattern grids. I'm gonna ignore that for now. There's a sky drop in here somewhere. I see it. There's like tiny pieces. What the heck? Neat. Oh, there's more of those where that came from. Whoa, whoa! Fudge. Nope, there's another one there, and I missed it. There's plenty more. I probably should have just taken my time here. Get those. Cool. Bonus objective, solve 100. I bet there's more than 100. This counts the archipelago complete. I'll grab a couple more puzzles, why not? So this one... So if I bring a piece in here, and let's say this is the 2x2, goes here, then there, 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 there. We're out. So the 2 has to go here, there, here, there, 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 here. The 2 has to go in the middle piece. Like this. Now the 3, I think, has to go here. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. No, 3 has to go in the top piece. No. Can the 3 also go in this one? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes, so the 3 goes in the middle one. Where's the 4 go? 4 goes in the bottom one. So this is going to go in the top one. This will go in the middle. And this one will go here. Let's grab this hidden ring up here. And then this hidden pentad, maybe? I don't know the area well enough to do hidden pentad. How about these shy auras? One of them is just a movement guy. There. What are the other colors here? I think red, so just don't look at them. Damn it. Then the blue one is going to be tricky because I have to sneak without falling anywhere. That'll be hard. Yeah, I can't do that. So how do I... Maybe I can get close enough on the wall? Yeah, cool. Takes care of those guys. How about this puzzle? Okay, I gotta make these. Distraction, no dominoes. So no matter what I do, there's gonna be a black cell in one of those two, so that's a white cell. Once again, there's going to be 2 of these 3 are going to be, so those are light cells. And we might have a similar thing going on here. This can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only that far, so it has to go up at least 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it has to go over at least 1. Connect all light cells. So this is possible, and that's possible. Well, if we did this, we would have to have 2 black cells like that, so it in fact will be this way. One of those 2 is dark, one's light. I don't know which is which yet. I could come up... Well, it's either this or it's that. And this has to have light cells in the corners, so that'll come around like so. This has to be light cells around here, so this can only go over that far, so it has to come up this far. One of those 2. Hopefully I'm doing this right. Hopefully I'm doing the right logic for this guy. This has to come up at least 1 space, which will block that off. This could go down or it could go up. Connect all light cells. How is that helping me so far? Well, I can't do that actually, so this has to come out this way, which is going to start forcing me to make choices. Uh-huh. Cool. That's not too bad. I bet it just gets harder. It's the same idea. No dominoes, connect all light cells. This could go 5 cells over, but it'd have to be 6. It would have to go and meet this, which in fact is going to end it. I think this just has to happen. It's gonna meet the 5 no matter what I do. So don't know if I know 100% where else it's gonna go. Yeah, actually, this can only go sideways. It can't go up and down. Because if this goes up, for example, this has nowhere to go without overloading the 5. So it can't go up. And it can't go down because then there's no way to do it without overloading it. So it'll go at least one more space that way. It does have to connect. That'll end it. That has to come up. That overloads. This is fine. In fact, it has to be that. This is fine. That can't go. That'll overload. All of those have to be like this. This will connect to the 6. Which will not connect to the 8, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 has to go out that far. This is any of these are fine. This could just be here, and then a black cell there. Actually, there's going to be a black cell in one of those two. So that's a white cell. Anything else I can gather from this moment? This is overload, so we're going to have this thing going. So we got 6 out of 16 going this way. This could move up one more, but this has to move 2 to either side, so it'll go at least this far. It can go down, but it would go, yeah, it can go down one more space. This is possible. I'd have black cells here. This would put 2 black cells there. This would put them here. Is there any way this is a black cell? No, that has to be a light cell. Because if this is a black cell, we're going to overload the 4. So this has to be a light cell. Is there any way this is a black cell? That's fine. How about here? Fine. Here is also fine, because it would force these. Is there any way this is a light cell? That's fine. This can come out 2 spaces this way, or it can come down a space. I just need to make sure that the white cells all connect, so how am I going to do that? They're not going to come through here, I don't think. No, they could, because I could have this. I must be missing an easy trick somewhere, I feel. I feel like that I can't be stuck here at this point. It's a 1-star difficulty. Hold on, I already knew this. This is the one I didn't know. Right? Because if this wasn't here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. So this does go all the way out. This is a possible dark square. This is a possible dark square. If this is a light square, that's a dark square. If this is a dark square, it can be either. Actually, if this is a light square, dark square, we have the 4 complete. That has to happen. If this is a dark square, then this we have... Uh-oh. So this is a light square. Let's see. That's a dark square. Okay. That's finished. But I don't have to worry about getting stuck here. 5, 3. So I want I could do something like this, or I could just do that. But the white comes through here, so that's fine. This probably should be a white square, though. Now it'd overload, though, so it will, in fact, come up through here. That's interesting how that does it. That's a cool little puzzle so far. This can happen, or that can happen, but I'm not sure which is which yet. Still confused as to what I'm supposed to do over here. Now, if I did this, we would have this problem, so that has to be a dark cell. Now, if I did this, we would be fine. Yep. Okay, that one was tricky. Okay, no dominoes again. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. This, however, has to go at least this far out, because if I go all the way down there, I still have to move one. So, oops, wrong button. This is what it is going to be done. So the 8 is partially filled. The 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 has to go at least that far. The 6 is mostly done. This 4, we don't know yet. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It could have a dark cell here without being a problem. Let's see. The 3 can't be both of these, so one of these two at least has to be a dark cell. I could do this. No, I can't. So this one has to be a dark cell. Now, if this is the case, then we have to do this again. So once more, that is also a dark cell. So we need the 5 to extend. So the 6 is going to go at least one of these. Well, it has to, because the 8 has to extend. Probably should have known that. So I could come down this way or that way, or I could do both. Now, if I do both, though, I lock the 7 in. So one of these is a dark cell, and we just go straight through. Which means if this is a dark cell, it has to be this. Oops, it has to be that. If this is a dark cell, this is possible. No, it's not. It can only go this far, so it is this. So these, no matter what, these two are light cells. So one of those two is dark. I could do this. Which way do we go from here? I can't do both of these. I have to do one of them, though. I can do it this way, this way, this way, or that way, so I really don't know. Can't extend that all the way. Well, one of these is dark and one of them is light. So no matter what, so I could do it this way or this way. Let's see what I will get if I were to pick this direction. Okay, I don't get any obvious moves. If I pick this direction, what moves do I get? This can't be a light cell. So it is, in fact, the dark cell here and the light cell there. And then the 5 will go to one of those spaces. The 7 is still, jury's out on the 7. This 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we don't know. Got one of those. This will either be that or that. If it's here, this is a light cell. If it's here, that's a light cell. So this is a light cell for sure. And then same, if it's going this direction, then the black will be here in a white. So this will always be a white cell as well. So one of these two is dark. Doesn't tell me which one yet. Now, I could make this the 5, and that's the dark cell. Makes that a light cell. Or this is a light cell, and that's the dark cell. This 4, 5, 6, 7 would force me to do this, and we'd be locked in. So I think this is the answer here. So I have to block it here. Okay, that's the answer. Interesting puzzle. Okay, they're just getting harder. Let's see if I can solve this in one go. So this can't extend all the way out there. Let's think this is 8 of them, so it does have to go down that far. Let's see, here is 8, so it has to go at least that far. That is guaranteed. No dominoes again. So these are light cells. The 9. Don't know. Ooh, where do I start? This cannot connect to the 11. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That has to go at least that far down. So because this 3 already goes 1 out, we can use the corner rule to make those white cells. The 8 can go anywhere we like. The 9 can go anywhere we like. This cannot extend there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That has to extend this way at least once. So anything else we can get from this? This 8 can now only extend this far. So this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the 7 now can only go this far. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7. That has to be the case. So we've got 4, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 of these are going to be chosen. Okay, that overloads the 3. Hopefully this is all perfectly logical. One of these 2 is a 3, or maybe that's a 3. 8 can only go this far, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it does have to go this far. 6 is blocked here. Either of these will finish the 4 off, but it could also go these 2 spaces. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This has to go up at least once. So now this 11 can only come. We've got 7, 8, 9, 10. This has to move over one space. The 7 is now blocked this way. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 of these. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, that finishes the 7 off. The 8 now has to move up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. That is where that goes. This is complete. That's complete. 3 is done. 6 can't be here. Oh boy, so the white has to come out somewhere around here. This would overload the 4. So we can go up here, or we can pick this 1. We don't know which yet. We can't do both of those. Don't know yet which direction the 2 is moving. 9 can still go out pretty far. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Now we know this only goes this far. 8, 9, 10, 11. I think this is complete. The 6 now has still a lot of ways it can go. It can only go this far, that direction. Go all the way here. The 6 is done. this 4 would overload here, so that's complete. It could be here, or it could be these two, or these two. 6 can go a number of ways. Okay, where's the next move? 16. Well, if this was the block, we would then be forced here. This is a lot of moves for a guess. Like, I'm literally just guessing, and I'm like, okay, I'm really filling this in. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8, 9. It's working out really well. Okay. What if I did it? Yeah, that's that. Okay. Well, let's do one more. I think that'll top the episode off once you do this one. We have to do this because of the domino rule. This all has to happen. We're connecting light cells again. 11. Let's see. If we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Oh, hold on. I can't connect to that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Uh-huh. This has to be like that as well. Where do we go from here? This 3 can move in any direction. That can't happen. This can't happen. So we know this much. Those are all fair. One of these 2 is here, so we have a 3 in a row. They both can't be true. So then, because one of these is here, this can't be there because we'll overload. So we know this is not being used, and we're done. So we can have this piece. In fact, we have to have that piece. Now this has to escape. That is finished. Okay, hopefully this is the right move. 3 can go this way. It can be both of these. That's blocked. That's blocked. So the 6 really has to come all the way out here. Either of these is fine. If I did this, I couldn't. So yeah, both of these can't be there, but it's one of these 2. If I did this, the 5 would really be blocked in. Can I make any other inferences here? 3 can still go all the way either direction. This can come around a black square here, or it can cut through. Yeah, we don't run out of space that way. Go pretty far out this way. Well, I know it can't be both of these, but we could do this. Can't do both of these, which means that means we do have to do both of these. Right? Because if both of these would block the 11, that means one of these 2 is white. So this could be a white cell, or that could be a white cell. Now, if this is the white cell, that's a black cell. That's fine. Now, if this is a black cell, we have a bit of a limitation. But it's not the end of the world. If this is a black cell, we just need the white cell to escape and come up through here. But it's fine. So either one of these is good, but not both, which means that we could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We can have all the way here. Would come up a little further, or This would use all of the space if this was the black cell. I wonder if that's a good idea. Whereas this doesn't require me to use all the available space, so I don't know which is the right move. So if I pick this direction, I now have to go down here. If I pick this direction, I'm blocked in all ways. If I pick this direction, I have to go down. Huh. Well, either this or that. It can't be this way, because then we'll end up with a problem. So I could block this off and go here. Oh no, I can't, because now this is here now. So here is how the world works. This does come out. This comes out like so. This has to escape. Okay, so if I do this, I have to bring this around, which is fine. If I do this, we're fine there as well. Well, since this is now blocked, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That still gives you the same amount. Didn't really affect anything. I have the same answers before. This can only move out this far, the 6. 3 still has not been answered for me. If I did this, it would tell me something. But not much. Okay. I'm very close to being done, so it's just a matter of picking something and running with it. Let me pick this being the dark cell. So, this is what we're going to have to do. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that works. I kind of liked that string of puzzles. It was tricky, but it was it felt fair. I do see a bunch of rings coming from like up here, so we're gonna jump all the way over there while I'm thinking about it and fly through all these rings. Let's head back up. Head up here. This episode's getting a little long, so let me fly through these rings. I'm going to ignore these bad boys, but not this bad boy. So as fun as these rings are, they feel more like the glide rings, because it's a course full of rings, rather than individual hidden ring challenges, but whatever. I guess that's part of the Isle of Curiosities. We definitely have some more. So it looks like our sky drops are all the infinity symbol, which is pretty cool. So that's our first peek at the the Archipelago of Curiosities. So the puzzles so far aren't like crazy hard, but they are all a little bit odd. They're just a little different from the normal puzzles we're used to. So we'll take a break from that for now, because there are so many puzzles on here, and we'll come back to it in a later video. But at least we've completed the enclave according to the game, so we can move on to something else. Actually, we haven't completed every enclave because the shifting in phase, we haven't done enough of the whatever they are. Who gives a crap? Haven't done enough of the shifting mosaics. Let's take that. Complete the Skydrop Speed Challenge. Alright, whatever. I wonder if there's an upgrade I can get. There's like one more left. Let's grab it. I think that's every upgrade on the tree now. Yep. So we can do all the cool things and we get bonus points for all the puzzles. Well, thanks for watching. To all 10 million of my subscribers, I'm so glad that you're here with me, and I hope to see you all in the next video, because believe me, there's going to be more. Have a good day. Bye.